so I had some people asking about these hoodies, shirts, and vests that we were running in. It was crazy in the High Rocks. It was like, you could tell who was with the company because everyone's just like in all black. So yeah, basically made this shirt, big day, 1 foot forward. Just wanted pretty much almost black on black. You can see we have the 2 Big Day logos here. So I made about 50 extra than what I needed. So I was deliberating whether to hold on to them. I thought maybe I might just keep it for company's sake for future. But you know what? I'm actually gonna make these available. It is the same print on the hoodie, the t-shirt, and the vest. So I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description. You can cop one of these. One of the Big Day 1 foot forward, I guess wasn't even meant to be a capsule, but technically personal use capsule. Yeah, I will go ahead and drop the collection in the description.
Hey. High Rock's done.
It's Hersky.
What's the next fitness challenge, bro?
Boxing.
The whole company?
Company boxing.
How are we gonna balance that
Feb
out?
1st. Well, we'll get like 5 or 6 pro fighters, and everyone will kind of like box against, like the professional will be like 20% above their level.
So no one will win?
No one's gonna, like, we don't want, you know, company employees like knocking each other out and stuff.
So it's just to get pushed and challenged?
Yeah, you know, like especially as like when you're a beginner, sometimes you don't know how to like handle your punches or throw your punches, and yeah, just that would not be pleasant if, you know, some people in the company got knocked out by each other. Like that's an awkward next day in the office. So that'll be, I think, early Feb.
And in the meantime, like that's next year, like what do you plan on doing just to keep in shape? And
boxing and tennis.
That's it.
I don't care about anything else right now. Well, I guess in Europe, like lots of running, but running's not. We're not really like running for betterment in Europe. It's more like running to like clear the hangover the next day. Usually, we do Pilates, we do reformer when we're in London, but I also just do that to catch up with like my girlfriends. You know, like Amara, Petra.
Yeah,
the
sure.
The homies.
The girlfriends.
No, like, you know, catch up with like the homies.
Yeah, sure.
Girlfriends is in girl friends, female friends. Going to reformer Pilates is the last place you want to go on like a romantic vibe.
Boxing is like the last place I'd go for a romantic vibe.
Nah, I think that's more fun. It's more of like a vibe. No, because bro, like you gotta think like if you're on, as men, when you're on the reformer contraption thing, like if I was a girl, I would get the ick.
You're the guy on TikTok, bro.
Bro, I gotta get plugged in.
You gotta start collaborating with some TikTokers.
Yeah? Everyone drop in the comments who should I collaborate with on TikTok.
Yeah.
What's the dance over there? That one?
I don't even know what that. What's that?
I don't know. She does this. She made me do it once.
Who?
Amara.
Do it!
So what's the agenda? We're on our way to do something that we haven't done in a while.
Since we picked up a car?
Yeah.
We don't really pick them up anymore. I'll be honest, I didn't want to get this picked up. Alex made me pick it up. Yeah, maybe I'll actually ask the audience. Like I'm kind of at that stage right now. It's actually annoying because like I get people tell me all the time like, oh, you're doing like lifestyle marketing or this or that or blah blah. And I'm like, well, when I go for a run, that's just me going for a run. When I talk about like the bad times, I get applause for it. But then like if something good happens or I like purchase something or pick something up, then like all of a sudden it's considered like, oh, you're doing things for camera, or you're showing off. It's like, what if I'm just like literally just documenting my life in the same way I did 10 years ago? So I'm at the stage now where I don't, even like the last watches, I didn't even want to put that on camera. Picked up some cars, you said, we haven't like put that on camera. Obviously there's a lot of stuff, like the big stuff, like, you know, the big giving back stuff or like the big investment purchases that I'm just never put on camera. But anyways, long story short, I'm actually curious, like should I, because you know they always say like, oh, be authentic, and I'm like, so then technically being authentic is like share when you have the bad times, which I do. Like our end of year review for 2024, I was like, yeah, this is just a fucking tough year.
So for anyone watching this, like there'll be years where it sucks, and that's fine. It's not gonna stay like that.
And that's just life. You gotta know, you know, it goes in cycles and it goes in waves. But yeah, I feel like when I share the losses, that's me sharing. I feel like when I share the wins, the big wins, I don't really like to talk about publicly. Just certain things you can leave off social media. I'm far more willing actually to share the losses, the big loss on social media than I am the big wins. But yeah, like stuff like this. Do you want me to like actually like let me know, should I put this stuff public, should I not put it public? Because there's just there's so much stuff that I just don't share because now I'm like feeling like you guys don't like, I get hit with like the, oh, you're flexing. So I don't know, it's in this weird place because then people also tell you like, oh, be authentic, and it's like I feel like me not sharing this stuff is also not being authentic because now I'm like scared for other people's opinions of what I can and can't like I'm in this weird place.
Well, if they say no, like
if they say no, I'm more than happy.
No, but then I lose my job.
that goes into fucking you. I don't think you understand the shit I gotta go.
Red and tan is what generally everyone goes for, but no, I like this.
No, this is
I have a similar combination on my car.
what like
Black with white stitching.
It's nice. It's classic. You can't go wrong. What's the color called again?
Citron brown.
Citron brown. It's like a brown Magno.
Yeah, chocolate brown.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I love that there's no chrome on the car.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Absolutely no chrome. Oh, and you've got the performance package as well.
So what's that?
So you have the new suspension on the car. You have the unlock speed, so from 220 to 240. You have launch control as well.
That's dangerous.
And then the performance package helps with the anti-roll.
Anti-roll.
Yep.
Actually, the suspension helps with it. When you get the performance package, the suspension comes together.
Yeah, looks good. Won't lie.
Stop.
Yeah, it's as much black as humanly possible. Now it doesn't fit with our whole fleet. Yeah, because everything's we only do gray and black. So this will be slightly different. All right. Top of the morning. Hope you guys are having a big day. I am on my way to Maldives for, well, I guess I was gonna say my first vacation of the year, but I did a little Courchevel like late birthday trip. Obviously you guys saw that on YouTube, but I guess this is the first relaxing holiday. Honestly, Maldives is one of a few places on earth I can actually just like relax and kind of switch off mentally. I usually go to Maldives like 3-4 times a year. Last year I went 3 times, I think, maybe 4 times. But yeah, anyways, finally taking a few days to decompress, relax, and for the first time ever, I'm gonna do a Maldives solo vlog. So no Alex, just me, myself, and I think I did something similar when I went to Belgium to go horse shopping in December. I'm going back to the old days. I'm vlogging solo today. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it back for round 2 of this solo self, whatever kind of vlog we call this. It's like back in the good old days when I used to record all my stuff myself. So yeah, we'll take you through the whole process. I'm running it a little tight with schedules. I have to get to the airport. I think I'll be at the airport like an hour and 15 before the flight, which is definitely a bit tight. But yeah, as always, we'll take you through the whole process. All right. I thought I would show you what $4,500, I think it's $4,500 a night gets you in Maldives. So I have stayed at, I think, pretty much every single villa at Waldorf. And I can tell you, for me personally, this is my favorite. Well, actually, that's a lie. It's not my favorite. It's my favorite as it currently stands. This is the King Grand Villa. So I'm a beach villa kind of guy. I just prefer like having the water there. I actually don't like being like over water. I get it, you know, over water. First time you're in Maldives, you should definitely try it, definitely experience it. But yeah, I don't know, Waldorf is like, it's just consistent. Honestly, my recommendation is to not get the King Grand, whatever, beach villa, whatever it is. Basically all it is just like a little bit extra extension, but like you're really never spending that much time in the villa anyways. With the water villas, you end up going to nicer islands, and like the fish there are more like exotic, and there's like, you know, you're just more out the way. But I just find it so convenient. You go to like the private terminal, you get on the boat, you're here in 45 minutes. It's easy, it's convenient. Then like the idea of getting on a seaplane after that, I don't know, I just can't be bothered. But yeah, all that to say, if you do come here, I wouldn't go for like the higher tier beach villa. Just get like the regular one. It's all the same, to be honest. I mean, it's really not that big of a difference. You get like a little bit extra living room here, but I don't know, I don't really hang out. I think this is the only extra thing that you get. You get this section. But I don't know, when I'm on a holiday, like I'm not really ever hanging out in the living room watching movies. Like if you are gonna zoink out and watch a movie, you could just play on your iPad, or what am I even saying? There's a TV right there. So anyways, all of that to say that I'm rambling. Maldives for me is genuinely one of just the best places on earth. For me personally, it's one of the few places I can actually just kind of unwind and relax, just because there really is nothing to do. You're on an island. And that's the reason I end up coming back here like 3-4 times a year. Obviously it's very convenient with it being like 3.5 hours from Dubai. I've stayed many places. I think most places you stay in Maldives, you're gonna have a good experience regardless. So with all that being said, I am going to unpack and get ready for dinner. All right, so I just filmed a nice little sit down. Just had a few thoughts on my mind, so thought I'd get that off my chest. They are setting up to dinner. They're doing a nice little movie by the water. Voila. Me watching a movie is a rare occurrence. I don't know, I always struggle just to, at this stage of my life at least, I struggle to sit down and watch movies, but I always find that, like, I've always envied people who, oh, okay, I'm gonna try to get on this hammock. Let's not embarrass myself. Oi! Oi! Whew. There we go. As I was saying, I always really envy people who can watch movies, or not envy, but like I respect movie watchers. I always find them the funniest people and the most interesting. So I very much look forward to, in potentially a calmer, quieter season of my life, being an avid movie watcher. Other thing I've just been thinking is I'm so, I know on the vlog channel I don't really talk like this on Unscripted, but I'm so grateful for my ability to understand what kind of year it is. And here's what I mean by that. There's certain years, I usually find there's 1 year you get your ass whooped. There's another year you do the ass whooping. And there are usually 2 years where things aren't going great, but they're not going bad. And by the way, I also want to make things clear. In the years where you're getting your ass handed to you, that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean that you just give up. Last year was one of those years, for me at least, where it's just, things just aren't going your way. And I did not stop at all. I worked harder than ever. I persevered. I was wise. I knew that the storm would pass. But I also knew that last year was not my year to make big moves. And, obviously there's things I show you and things I don't show you guys. I'm becoming increasingly conscious of sharing my wins, just because you kind of get to a point in life where people are like, cool, bro. Like, nice. Like, congrats. Like, it kind of gets to a point where people are like, okay, I get it. Like, you're doing well in life. Wow, look how burnt I am. Wow, that's rough. I usually don't burn, but yeah, just was on the water all day.
You looking better than you ever did. If you told me the secret, I would spread that shit to every girl that I meet, so they would know how to be.
I look way more red than I actually am. This is insane. This camera is doing me dirty. I might have to put the sunglasses back on. Anyways, as I was saying, unfortunately, sometimes you get to a position in life where people, not to say that you guys aren't celebrating my wins, but just kind of like, cool, bro, like, we get it. There's not really much for people to take from it, unless it's absolutely mandatory. If there's a big win in my life, unless it really is beneficial to you guys, or I feel like it brings value to you guys, or it's something worth sharing, I'm becoming increasingly more apprehensive to share. Anyways, the reason I say all this stuff is last year was one of those years I took a ass whooping. It was still an incredible year in many, many regards. And from a personal perspective, I feel like I grew more last year than I ever have grown. From a financial perspective, it was my best year ever. That's not to say that you just roll over and give up, but sometimes in life you just need to understand when luck is going your way, and sometimes you need to understand when it's not. And sometimes you also need to understand, like, when are the years to make your big moves. Usually I find in life things go like, you get one explosive year, so you'll explode up, then it's kind of like maintenance for a few years, or 2-3 years, and then you get like explode up. And then, like, usually in those maintenance years there's like really rough years where maybe where things are still steadily actually going up, but like the amount of effort, like it takes 10 times the amount of effort just to get the same result. Like that was kind of what last year was for me, like emotionally, spiritually, physically, like it took everything out of me. And then now this year is one of those years where things just feel effortless. They feel light. They feel like, wow, okay, cool. All of that work I put last year and taking my skill set and my wisdom from like at a very good point, but like taking up a whole nother notch, I'm now actually reaping the rewards this year. So my wish for you is that you develop that wisdom and understand that not every year needs to be a home run. Like that's not how life works. So yeah, that was just something I was thinking about all day as I was getting this sunburn. But I swear, like, the camera makes this look way worse than it is. Like I'm very fortunate I don't really sunburn that much. Maybe that's from having Dagestani blood, and luckily I'm using the Hills H1 to kind of cover it up. So this is one of the few things that is actually still in stock after we restock. I don't know how, and I know I've had people be like, well, why don't you just restock more? And it's like, yeah, I get it, but these things take a long time to produce. And yeah, luckily the H1s are still in stock, but half of the other stuff is still not. So yeah, before our restock lands, if you do want a pair, make sure you pick them up, because especially coming up to summer, I'm expecting a lot more customer complaints from it being out of stock. So anyways, I'm gonna head to dinner and then enjoy the movie after. Voila.
Nice to see you buy something that doesn't come in a box the size of my iPhone. Wow, that's very nice.
Voila, voila.
Togo.
You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Alex.
Come on, Togo. It's a Birkin 56. Is it?
You kidding?
No.
No, 35.
Fucking hell. I really don't know actually the numbers.
No, 35.
35.
Nice throw around bag.
See, that looks practical.
Yeah.
You should get the male one.
You know, I was actually considering it.
Yeah.
Like bigger. They have a nice one. I would get the, I forget what it's called, the canvas one. It's called like the pockets, you know, kind of like my suitcase.
Yeah.
Like my carry-on. It's got like that, like kind of some pockets.
That's very cool. When would you use it though?
I'm just traveling, like planes.
Okay.
But then again, I'm thinking like, is it too feminine? But then again, I started so many trends. I'm pretty sure I can make that a trend. Now you see everyone in the online business space fucking walking around with a, not this size, it's a little bigger, and this, not like this, but yeah. Canvas Birkin. All right, voila.
How much do these go for?
Retail, I don't know, 10, 8, 9 grand or some shit. Yeah, 9 grand pounds. And then market price, I think it's like 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so wait, let me get this straight. People only get 1 Birkin, 1 Kelly allocated if you're a high spender, right?
Well, you get technically 2 per year.
Per
you profile.
Choose. Yeah.
Per country. So like 2, but you know, obviously, you know, ways around that.
Well, that kid just riding by on his bike. Cheers. That's a childhood, bro.
Yeah. Just playing on your street with other kids.
Sure was like that in London.
Yeah.
Growing up middle class was lit. Mom was always at work. Roam the neighborhood and cause trouble.
You were a troublemaker.
Yeah, I was.
You excited about your book?
Bro, I saw you posted on the main channel.
What?
Said something very nice. You spoke about in Maldives, spoke about qualities and the inherent unwavering belief in yourself and how you find that as a common trait among successful people. Truly believe that? That's like the main quality?
I think so. Just that vision of yourself as a hero before you become one. I think if you don't have that, you don't have anything.
You don't know how, what, where, when, but you look up at the sky, you're like, oh, can't wait, one day, trust me.
And then when you get there, you ask yourself, what's next?
What now?
What?
What now?
No, you're kidding.
No.
I swear we went for what's next.
No, it's what now.
Really?
Yeah. What now? Question mark.
Fuck, did I fuck that on my forward then?
No.
I'm pretty sure I got wrong with my forward then.
No, I went over everything today again.
I'm excited for people to see your book.
It's very cool. It's very surreal.
When we drop the book, you guys better be there because we're only doing limited copies. My prediction is it sells out within 60 minutes.
It's the first time I'm selling a product.
No?
Next will be a digital product.
Jeez.
How to get laid under 6 foot.
There's a few different softwares. I'm in the process of looking at one to buy now as well to add into the software stack. And obviously, you know, next week sending another hefty wire for a legacy business.
Bro, I flinch. Sorry to interrupt you. I flinch sometimes at buying Uber Eats, bro.
No, you don't. Shut up, bro. Stop trying to be relatable. Bro, you're not that guy anymore, bro.
I swear.
That's nice. That's cute. I see what you're doing here, and that's cute. But shut the fuck up, Alex.
Sometimes I don't know if I want extra avo on my pizza.
Shut up, bro. You can't even pretend like you're at that place anymore.
and you're making 7-figure wires out here, 8-figure wires out here. Do you ever hesitate to press that button?
Not really, no.
No?
I mean, listen, it depends what as time's gone on, bro, it's so crazy. I gets more desensitized to one number and then more sensitized to another. Before, you know, a few years back, I was a little bit more like, whatever, fuck it, like, we, you know, make so much, and like, I'm already so like, how much more responsible can I be? I'm already, the profits in the business, I'm already saving and investing like 70%, like blah, blah, this, that. And I'm still with that, like, I still do believe that, but it's just certain things I look at and I'm just like, bro, like small stuff, like a rug. Bro, I like the idea of spending like $1,000 on a rug. For me, like a rug's like $50. Like it's gonna get dirty anyways. But then, as you said, on the flip side, like 8-figure wires now, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think about it. I'm becoming, I wouldn't say frugal, but I'm becoming a lot more like, you know when you see like old parents and they're like, that's a waste of money, blah blah. Like I'm becoming a little bit more like that with certain things. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
So it's halfway through the year. Is the year going as you thought it would go, or better, or worse?
The year is going swimmingly. This year is magnificent. Spectacular. Sensational. Yeah, I mean, it's like we talk about a lot. Like some years you get your neck stepped on, and some years you're the one stepping on people's necks. Obviously, unfortunate. We can only ever share like 10% of what we actually do or what actually goes on behind the scenes. Everything we do is like years in the making, and then we're slow to reveal. I mean, most stuff we don't even reveal.
One day, in a book or a movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Documentary. One day.
Yeah, bro, I'm excited for people to see your timeless book.
Thank you, bro.
And I'm glad that you added some writing to it instead of just keeping it
just a visual coffee table book.
Yeah, some stories, insights, thoughts. Very cool. Very cool.
And then yeah, maybe you release a uncensored version.
It would be so sick if this book in like 400 years time, people are scrambling to fucking buy it at auction, millions and millions of dollars. Like, yo, that's an original Alex Moldovanos.
Easy, Alex. Easy on camera, bro. Jesus. Keep that in. Keep that in.
Whoopsies.